everyone for the ECG workshop today. Today, the topic is about the artificial intelligence in the ECG processing and diagnostics. So this means today we will explore about the AI technology, the AI impact on the ECG analysis and cardiac event prediction. I know the whole guy in here, you are not have the strong background in the AIs and deep learning, machine learning. This means that today I just will give you about the quite a high level overviews introduce about the ECG application of the AI in the ECG, some of the current trends and some of the limitation of the AI and the advantage of the AI in the ECG. And let's start with the introduction of the AIs in the ECG. Now the AIs they host quite the main roles in the ECG processing and analysis. The integration of the AI in the ECG technology, they not only enhance the diagnostics accuracy, but they also enable to predictable analysis and allow for the identification for the potential cardiac event before they occur. And they can improving about the uh, preventive care strategy. So this means the AIs they can apply to for the early detection. They pose a important to effective treatment and management in the ECG and other cardiovascular disease. And so let's move to the briefly historical context of the AI in cardiac diagnostics. So this one showed you about the timeline and the key development in the AI for the ECG processing. The earliest and the basic algorithm for the ECG using about some of the symbol algorithm in AI, they start by very early in the 1980s. During this time they just apply about some of the basic um, computers technology in the diagnostic system. They use about some very the basic algorithm for the ECG processing and ECG the data analysis. And during the 10 year later in the 1990s, they have some this time the authors and the development of some of the basic machine learning techniques, and they try to integrate, they try to apply the machine learning advantage into about the ECG processing. And this one, they saw about the significant improve in the diagnosis capability when they apply some of the machine learning technology to understand about what's the key feature in the ECG signal. And during about the until about the 2000, in the 2000, um, they have the availability of the last data set. This means with the last data set, they enable for the changing the ECG for the AI technology. So this means the available of the last data set, this is enable for the apply of the neural network. And during about the 2010s, they with the breakthroughs from the deep learning development, they saw about the rise of the deep learning technology. So the development of technology, they push the development of the ECG processing. So during this time, they can achieve about 90% accuracy in the ECG diagnostics. And this one to if they mess about the revolution in the field of the high performance algorithm in the ECG analysis. And during about the 2020s, the expansion of the risk stratification. This means during this time, the AI application they can expand to the risk prediction, and they can enhance for the predictive analytics in the cardiac care. So, and until now, with the development of the closed by platform, innovation and the development of the healthcare in IoT, the integration of and collaboration in the AIs and IoT, they lead to the innovators in platform for the ECG and the AI solution in the cardiac diagnostic and integration in the healthcare system. And move to the next step, we can move to the current trend in the AI's enhanced in the ECG application. So the first for the current trend, I have the four key points. The first thing is AIs can improve in the accuracy. This means the AI algorithm they can significantly improve about the diagnostics accuracy in the ECG analysis. They can identifying about the like abnormal event and abnormal compared to the traditional methods. Sometimes the traditional methods they can miss some the abnormal event. So when they apply the AI, they can improve in the accuracy. And secondly, they can reduce about the data dependency. This means the effectiveness of the AI intended ECG application. They can reduce about the heavy dependent on the quality and quantity of the training data. And in the third point, they can reduce they can apply for the early risk detection. So the AIs they can identify about the risk early, improving about the patient preventive care. And the last point is in the trend, current trend in the AIs for EC application is regulation challenge. This means the rapid of the advancement of the AI technology in the healthcare. They can be about the regulation uh, challenge, the impact on the adoption and integration of the uh, innovation. They can reduce about the challenge in the clinical practice. And we move to the importance of the AI in the modern cardiology. So for the advantage side, AI they can enhance the accuracy. The AI can improve about cardios prediction. They deal reduce about human errors. They can apply for the rapid analysis. This means the AI algorithm they can process the data in real time. This means the doctor they can have the weekly intervention compared to the traditional methods. They can apply the AI for the early conditional detection. The AI system, the AI algorithm, they can identify about potential the heart issue for in the very early stage for improve about the patient outcomes. Another thing, they can reduce about the workloads. This means the doctor and they can apply all the healthcare professional. They can use about the AI to predict it and for monitoring about the patient. Which without in the person, they can apply this one in the cloud or use a IoT, use a smartphone, or use the website to monitoring about the patient in the remote. Which yeah, and for but they still have some the and another thing is they still have some the disadvantage. For example, because the AI they will work well with the data quality. This means the issue related to the data quality dependency. So this means the AI they highly heavy dependency on the quality and availability of the training data. So this means they require a lot of the data for training and testing. And another thing is the algorithm dependency. Sometimes depend on the algorithm too much, it lose impact of the doctor uh, assuming they can train about the decision of the doctor and into about the cardiovascular diagnosis. And another is about the high cost. This means if we want to apply all the maintenance AI system, it's quite expensive now. They require a lot of the computer results and a lot of the human result on the training and labeling and cleaning about the data. It's quite expensive now. And another thing is about regulatory challenge. So means they can navigating about the healthcare regulation and they can match this one complies the AI deployment in the clinical setting. And uh, move to the next slide, we will talking about some of the basic machine learning algorithm for the ECG processing. And so now for the machine learning for techniques for the ECG, they have two the machine learning techniques. The first one is the supervised learning techniques. The supervised learning algorithm, like the support vector machine or decision tree, they can use for the labeling the ECG dataset to accurate and classify about cardiac condition. They can demonstrating about superior diagnosis performance compared to the traditional methods. But another methods is unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning methods, they, for example, like clustering and auto encoder, they can hidden about the pattern in unlabeled ECG data. They can apply for discovery about the novel cardiac abnormality event or enhancing about the personal treatment methods. and apply for personal treatment approach in the ECG, in the cardios diagnosis. And so uh, after the development of the machine learning, now the deep learning is still the main point, the mainstream in the cardiac signal processing. Um, because because the uh, advancement in the AIs and because the deep learning become the mainstream in the cardiac signal processing, because the two reasons. The first one, the related to the intent in the pattern recognition. They use about the deep learning algorithm to detect about the complex in ECG signal, ECG more efficiency, and ECG higher accuracy compared to the machine learning methods. And in order point about the improve in the diagnostic precision, assuming the deep learning, they can increase the accuracy uh, for the diagnosis by minimum about the wrong detection and then reduce about the negative in the ECG analysis. Um, so in the detail, we can move to the first point is the pattern recognition for the abnormality detection. Assuming the AI is a impact on the diagnosis, this means the AI, the implementation of the AI, driven the pattern recognition and for abnormality detection in the ECD analysis, they can significant enhance ability to uh, identify and diagnose the cardiovascular condition, they leading to improve in the uh, patient outcomes and more efficiency for the clinical workflows. And this one, they can allow for the healthcare professional, they can focus in about the patient's care. They increase about efficiency in the abnormal sleep detection. Uh, for the next point, we will discuss about the integration of the AI in the existing ECG technology. Um,
Tree. Sorry, I think someone's in the waiting room.
someone waiting.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay, now we can continue. Uh, for the for the integration of AI in the ECG technologies. So we have two the three key points to discuss for the integration of the AI into the ECG. The integration they can enhance about diagnosis precision and the workflow efficiency. This means the AI they can enhance about diagnosis precision. The incorporation of the AI algorithm into the ECG technology, they can significantly improves in the diagnosis precision by accurately identifying the complex in the cardiac condition. So this means they can effectively for the patient's management strategy. And in the second point, they can streamline workflow. This means the AI integration automatically is the signal integration allow for the healthcare professional to to accelerate the diagnosis processing, and they can listen to the weaker clinical decision, and they improve about the patient care in the clinical situation. And this one, they can order the clinical application. This means the AI, they can um, adapt it for the loss of the medical condition and beyond the cardiovascular issue. They can monitoring and diagnosis across various healthcare systems. And this one is not only improve in the cardiovascular disease, they can enhance in the overall about the patient outcomes. And one of the key for the AI's application is the early detection for cardiovascular disease. So for this one, they have the four key points. So first thing, the AI algorithm, they can uh, AI algorithm, they can enhance about the ECG precision. Um, so this means the AI technology, they can improve about the accuracy for the ECG reasoning. This means this one for allowing for better diagnosis, and sometimes they can identification. Uh, Identification for abnormality, like advancing algorithm, they can detect about uh, minors or irregularity in the pathways, and they can detect about the abnormal event, abnormal signal in the ECG signal, and they can detect about the abnormal event. So this means the doctor, they can have about the timely intervention, and they have about the prompt medical response. And this one is potentially to saving the lives. And one of the key important for the ECG is they can have the real-time monitoring. This means that the doctor, they can check in about the ECG every time during the time for the patient, they go to sleep, they go to outside, they can use about some the wearable device, apply with some the IoT, using the smartphone or using the website for the real-time remote monitoring. And so uh, the AI, they can improve in the diagnosis accuracy and efficiency. So in here, they have the two key points. The first thing, they can enhance in the pattern recognition. The AI, they can, AI algorithm, they can analyze about ECG data with a high accuracy to identify about the complex of the pattern and the complex of the signal. And they can use this one to detect about the abnormal event in the ECG signal compared to the traditional methods. The traditional methods like the machine learning or some the basic ECG algorithm, they lose ability, they miss ability um, to um, to analyze about the complex in the ECG signal. So this one they can improve in the diagnosis outcome in the cardiovascular care. And another thing in the rapid clinical decision making, this one they can support about with um, similar for the automation ECG. Um, um, Processing and analysis by AI, they can reduce our decision-making time. This means this makes the doctor, they can make about the weaker and informed decision response, and they can have about the timely intervention for the patient outcome. And sometimes they can, this one is very important in about the very important in the cardiovascular treatment. And some uh, some one of the key in the AI is AI can monitoring and managing the cardiovascular condition. They can we can apply this one for the real-time data monitoring, and this one we can apply the AI for enhance about the patient safety, and this one we can apply for predictive analytics, and we can apply the AI with IoT for remote monitoring capability. For the case study, demonstrating AI impacts on the patient outcome. So, uh, in the case study at University of California and San Francisco, they showcase the AI ability to enhance about the ECG analysis for the early uh, atrial fibrillation detection. They can achieve about 92, nearly 92% in the accuracy rate. This means they can significantly improve over traditional methods, not only in the timely intervention, but also for the reduce the risk of the stroke and demonstrate about the important roles of the AI in the general means about cardiovascular disease management and improve in the patient outcome through the care strategy. And so uh, for the emergency trend in the AIs and ECG research. So they have some uh, key points in the emerging for the training AI and ECG research. The first thing in the machine learning uh, for the machine learning. So this means the recent development in the machine learning algorithm they can enhance about the detection and the complex of the cardiovascular condition. They can improving about diagnosis condition and accuracy. So this means they can identify about the risk patient in more effectively. And another thing they can apply for telemedicine integration. So this means the rise of the AI and EC technology that can support about the for the remote patient monitoring, allowing for the continuous the data analysis and timely intervention. It's very important in managing about cardiovascular health during the global health crisis. And another thing they can open to other application in the AI. Assuming the AI application, they can extend beyond the cardiovascular disease. They can open about the new, um, they can open to about the new application, and they can open to the another medical field. And so, but still, over some the advantage for the AI for the ECG diagnostics, they still have some the barrier. For example, one of the barrier is some the standard standardization for the AI protocols. This means they have established about the uniform standard for the AI algorithm, some the ECD analysis to this means they can ensure about consistency, performance, and reliable across about the clinical setting. They can invite about the AI technology among the healthcare providers. And another barrier we need to adaptation to adapt to overcome for the application of the AI is user-friendly integration. Meaning the design of the AI tool now is quite complicated for the normal and for the patient. They can use and they can apply on about the for the use for the normal slide. See they sometimes we need to minimize about disruption and enhance in the usability for at least for the healthcare professional and people can apply this one in about the in the real life. And another thing is about the uh, related to the data government framework. So this means the implementing the comprehensive data governance framework is very important to address about the privacy and security concerns. This means they can reduce about the patent just in the AI application, and they can this one for the clinical practice and this one is some the barrier and uh, the method to overcome the barriers in the AI application in the clinical practice. And so for me, from my opinion, I think in the future, the AI still holds a very important step to for the ECG diagnosis, and they will contribute a lot for the future advancement for the cardiovascular diagnosis and treatment in the future. Uh, so this is all of my presentation for the workshop today. If anyone have any question, you can ask me, and I'm ready to answer this. Hello, everyone. Or you have any question for me?